2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker room.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Michael Porter, Murray out there with Will Barton, and there's Gordon, and it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard, and it's Covington in at the small forward. For 3, Murray. That one doesn't drop. Now Portland takes it the other way. And now Portland on the break. Powell for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Gordon finds Barton. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. There's Porter with the 3. No good that time. The Trailblazers on offense. Here's Powell. Can't get it to fall.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Lillard with it, outguarded by Murray. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. To the wing right side. Fires the 3. The putback. Jokic on the follow.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
Lillard looking around. Pass to Collins. Over Murray. That's good from Collins. On the assist by Lillard.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia, Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Now here's Powell, following the miss by Jamal Murray.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Jokic passes to Murray. Kicks it out to Gordon. The 3. That one, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Jokic, and that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Murray. Porter passes to Gordon. A second chance effort. Denver with a new 14. The pass to Murray. Passes it to Porter. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
You know, I think this is a shot Porter Jr. has to continue to knock down because, after all, he's out there to stretch the floor, so he's got to cash in from there.
Now here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Murray. Portland making their last shot. Porter passes to Jokic. There's the 3. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. The free throw is good from Lillard.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Powell against Green. He kicks the ball. Collins with some nice D.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Simons. Ball's knocked loose. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Morris with the ball. Count it. Trailblazers trail by 3. McCollum outside. Feeds it to Carmelo. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nuggets lead by 1. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Morris is out there with Green. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's JaVale McGee. And it's Bull in at the 4-man position. Kept alive. Bull shoots over Kanter. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's great. And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
Denver in the lead. Morris with the ball. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Green taking his time here. Pass to Morris. Shot clock at 6. Throws it up high, and it's McGee with the jam.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
It's McCollum on the wing, headed by Green. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Morris dishes the ball. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Morris, no good. Cantor with it. He's picked up by Milson. McCollum against Green. Jones looking for an opening. And it's McCollum off the drive. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
And here is Morris. Pass to Green. This one for 3. And Cantor pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Simons. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. There's 1:47 left to play in the first half. Morris outside. The dish to McGee. Releases. Up again. It's good on the putback.
The towering presence that is Ball. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Picking up his second foul here, has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
1:16 left now here in the second. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Here's Murray. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And there's the pass to Jokic. Barton, wide open. He fires. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 2. Lillard against Murray. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard left side. That shot missing. And Denver the other way now. And stolen by Lillard. Fast break. Here we go. Collins dishes to Nurkic. Lillard outside. The Trailblazers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The first one falls. No free throws good from Lillard. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Now Porter. Back to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Lob pass to Gordon. Murray. The putback is no good. It's all tied in Portland. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K.
The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period. And that should...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the strike time and time again.
Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell, and it's Covington in at the 3. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Murray kicks to Porter. Back to Murray for the 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Powell, no one around him, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Murray outside. To the right side. Poked away, and so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The kick out to Porter. Shoots over Covington. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he...
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Covington passes to Powell. Lillard, right side. The tray. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half. And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
And Lillard kicks to Collins. Tipped away. Here's Nurkic, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
3-pointer. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid-30% for his career from 3-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Zach Collins. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. 1:46 left in the third. Morris passes to Green. Bol dishes to Morris. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Green. Not going to go that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Portland no good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Jones for 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Nuggets trail by 8. The drive by Green. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Green. Morris has got his second basket of the game.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Green against Powell. Anthony on the wing. Back to Powell. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Simons, the pass to Cantor. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Cantor's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. Passes to McGee. Outside, Green. Lets the three fly. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up to the Portland Trailblazers. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. The Nuggets trail by 8. Morris into the lane. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Morris looking over the floor. McGee finds Morris. It's stolen by Jones.
And that's one of those tough areas to feed the basketball at times. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And so it's Portland. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The Nuggets trail by 8. Taking a look at the Nuggets. They've got Bowles. JaMychal Green is out there with Morris. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's McGee in at the 5 down low. Yep, that one goes in there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Cullen passes to Simons. The 3. C.J. McCollum, and that's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Near the three-point line, it's Millsap. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Trailblazers leading by 9. Now here's McCollum. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Five on the clock. Lobs it up for Anthony. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Millsap kicks to McGee. Morris passes to Green. Shoots the 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 5th rebound in this one. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. McCollum against Barton. McCollum kicks to Cantor. Just 5 to shoot. McCollum passes to Cantor. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Fires from 14, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Will Barton.
McCollum's carved out an impressive NBA career for himself, and I think he's still ascending. He was a 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. He's still got plenty of upside.
The Nuggets trail by 13. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Jokic and stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Back to Anthony. Lots of room. And that one, good. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Portland.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Jokic with the bucket.
You know, it's evident that Jokic is comfortable operating close to the rim. He's outstanding with his shot selection.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his third foul of the game. Free throw, no good for Nurkic. For the Trailblazers, Zach Collins comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. Three-pointer, Lillard. Portland with a new 14. Takes it out to Covington. Lillard against Murray. Powell for three. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Trailblazers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard, beyond the arc. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Pass to Powell. Jokic grabs the miss. Here's Murray. Powell with the steal. Outside Collins. That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Covington in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Now here's Leonard. Here's George. Got it from 16 feet. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Now George, after the miss 3 from Damian Lillard. And it's George finishing it off.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Powell against George. Here's Collins. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now, here is Morris. Powell with the steal. Lillard on top, guarded by Jackson. Lillard outside. Hits it from three-point range.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Now, here's George. Shot clock at 6, and it's George finishing it off.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup. In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Here's Powell. To the paint, here's Lillard. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Leonard kicks to George. Whoa! I mean, that's a rugged play.
That one was big time. Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Now, here's George. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And, oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. From the arc. Again, the miss by Lillard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Pushing the action. Always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Back to Lillard. It's tipped. To the middle. Morris passes to Leonard. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. From downtown, Portland grabs the miss. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And here's George. He's got 8. From deep. The shot, no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers ahead. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Kennard on the wing. Releases from 15. That shot misses. And it's Portland the other way. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Pass to Kennard. Now Zubats. Back to Kennard. And Kanter pulls it down.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Rebounded by Anthony. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Simons. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. He kicks it to Kanter. 4 on the shot clock. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Kanter's got his first bucket in this one. The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Everly with the ball. There's the pass to Ibaka. And foul on the shot he'll shoot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Coaches have raved about this. Cousins' ability to have active hands and come up with strips.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Pass to Kanter. Back to McCollum. And that one drops for him.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
Clippers trail by 7. Leonard on the wing. Excellent D from Kanter. The Trailblazers have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Nobody near Leonard. They get it back. George double teamed. Kicks it to Cousins. Lock at 6. McCollum against George. Jackson dishes to George. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So Portland ends up going with the new group. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 10-2 run here. Lillard way outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard. 52 seconds left here in the second. Powell for 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
This is why you love to run the offense through Leonard. Have to play him to score. That opens up passing lanes.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Pass to Powell. Takes the 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Powell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Jackson passes to Morris. Jackson kicks to George. And the rejection by Collins. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Covington with the ball. Pass to Powell. Now Covington. At the elbow, Collins. From 13. Wow! Huge buzzer beater. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period as it was.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Paul George really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
We've got Kawhi Leonard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The shot by Powell, no good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Here's George. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Bringing the intensity on the glass. If Paul George is out there, he's going to give it his all.
Now, here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. Here's the dish to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. And another 3 for Portland. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Clippers trail by 9, and here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile 1 block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
And finished off by Nurkic.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
And George kicks to Leonard. The pass to Cousins. Down low. Kicks it out to Leonard. Portland grabs the miss. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
Here's Powell. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. The league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, DA. Portland leading by 13. It's Powell on the wing. Paul George with the steal. And the dunk by Jackson.
Because of George's strong defensive instincts, he's able to consistently disrupt opponents.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A different look now for Portland. There's a minute left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Inside, Cantor, and the layup's good off the glass. Cantor's got the lead up to 13 now for Portland.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Kennard against McCollum. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Five to shoot. Tries from 10. And too long on the shot. And it's Jones with the ball for Portland. This is the most they've led by 13 points. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Now Ibaka. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now here's Beverly. Outside for Batum. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Trailblazers lead. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. 6 to shoot. Jones against Batum. And it's Portland with the rebound. Oh, McCollum in position. And here is Los Angeles now. 15-point game. And here's Beverly. Pass to Kennard. A 3-ball. That shot no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's McCollum. Almost, but it rolls out.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And that one's good. Beverly.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Again, McCollum missing. Clippers trail by 13. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Kennard against McCollum. Kennard kicks to Zubats. Back to Kennard. Jacks up a three. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. McCollum right side. They double-team McCollum. Stolen by Zubats. Kennard against McCollum. Here's Batum. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Great read from Kennard, showing a selfless attitude, getting it to his teammate.
Passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. He kicks to Carmelo. That one rolling around and rims out.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Tips it up and staying with the play, Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. A different look now for Portland. Covington with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Good on the shot.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Releases. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
The deep three from George. The shot misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Damian Lillard.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
He's looking for Leonard and finds him with his first shot attempt. Powell with the steal.
Los Angeles foul call. That's his first personal foul.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line. Here's George. Pass to Leonard. The feed now to Morris. Cousins trying to free himself up. Great positioning on the putback.
With hands wider than the dimensions of the basketball, Kawhi able to control it with ease.
In the corner, Powell with it. The Clippers grab the miss. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Lillard fires away from way outside. So the Trailblazers win it. This was a very strong. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Michael Porter's out there with Murray. And it's Gordon in at the 3. Now here's Murray. Outside, Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up from outside, off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
All set. Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now here's Jackson with the shot. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And Millsap slams it in.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Here's Leonard. And so just over a minute and a half played. George dishes to Leonard. Misses the 3.
Boy, just 1 from 4. A little brisky right now.
Denver passing it around. Jokic inside. Working on Zubac. The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And George kicks to Jackson. Back to George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Jokic kicks to Millsap. Back to Jokic. The rebound by Ibaka.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And George with the stuff.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Stolen by Jackson. And they're on the break. Oh, Leonard in position.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
And it's Murray penetrating, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Jackson following the score by Jamal Murray. And George with the stuff.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
For three, Murray, the rebound by Paul George. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George passes to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Up top Leonard, defended by Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ibaka, and such a nice move to make the basket work.
Well, you like to see Serge Ibaka be assertive on the offensive end, particularly on the interior.
Murray with it. He dishes it to Millsap.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Underrated coming into the league and underestimated. Millsap doesn't have any doubters anymore.
Kennard on the wing. Martin defending. Here's Kennard, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Stolen. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead.
In the gym trying to work about free throw.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverly. Patrick Patterson is out. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Patterson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Kennard against Barton. Here's Beverly. They grab their own miss. Cousins on the follow.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Dozier. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Beverly. Finished off the break. And it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
What a nice little burst from Patrick Beverly to get in transition.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got his second bucket. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Green, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Both teams deciding to change it up. That one drops. He ties it up. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. On the wing, George. Guarded by Porter. Outside, Leonard. Lock at 6. Jokic with the steal. Right side, Green. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Aaron Gordon showing he can jump out of the gym. How about that alley-oop?
Jackson against Murray. It's stolen by Green. One-on-one fast break. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Jackson finds Ibaka. Zubats with it. And that time, also a missed shot.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Passes it to George. Lets it fly. It's good from the top of the key. George has got 8 points.
How good is Paul George at getting separation? He uses the screen perfectly and sticks it to the defense.
Pass to Jokic. Murray with it. Leonard picks him up. And now the Clippers on the break. Lob pass to George. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
Murray against Jackson. Green. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. From the stripe. And the rejection by Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He misses the free throw. Big group substitution here for Denver. Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Jackson against Morris. Now, here's George. Not a lot of room. Pass to Zubats. From 17 feet out. And that would have counted, but his shot. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see a pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Millsap and Jokic, the big man. Jamal Murray is out there with Porter. And it's Gordon in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And George kicks to Leonard. Six on the shot clock. Murray against Jackson. Ibaka, no good there. And it's Denver the other way. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
George against Barton. And it's sent back by Jokic. They get it back. Leonard finds George. The three. Here's Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Ibaka's got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And it's Murray penetrating. And Millsap slams it in.
How many times have we seen Millsap throw it down? We've known about his leaping ability for years.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Porter's checked in. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 6 points for him.
Well, we know that Patrick Patterson can step away and be a force as a face-up guy, but still plenty dangerous inside.
Murray for 3. Out to the right wing. The pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Kennard, the pass to Cousins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Morris passes to Barton. Back to Morris. Barton dishes to Morris. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Clippers trail by 3. Beverly, the pass to Patterson. Here's Mann. And he dunks it down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
The Nuggets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That's good from McGee. Good on both. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Morris against Beverly. Kennard kicks to Beverly. Knocks it loose. 1:31 left to play in the 3rd. Green finds Morris. The Nuggets have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. The first free throw is good. And Morris drops them both. Clippers trail by 5. Passes it to Patterson. It's stolen by Green. Here's Dozier. That one goes. Count it.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Kennard's shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 7. Morris looking over the floor. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Cousins. Kennard on the wing. Beverly against Morris. Shot clock at 6. Beverly dishes to Cousins. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Fires for 3. And it's McGee with the jam.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Denver ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, they've got Patrick Patterson. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the 3 spot. Jokic finds Porter. Over to the left wing. Wide open look here for Murray. The offensive rebound. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Tries yet again. And again, Denver no good. Clippers trail by 9. Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Incredible wingspan. Unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Now, beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Zubac, the pass to Jackson. Here's George, and it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Pass to Jokic. Takes a 3. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Leonard kicks to Jackson. From deep, George. And it's Denver with the rebound. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Murray for 3. But they get it back. Gordon, the pass to Millsap. There's Porter with the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now the pass to Ibaka. Gordon against George. Fires the 3. That doesn't go either for George. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Looking to get on the board here in the 4th still. Here's Jackson. And he makes good on the layup.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Find Divine Murray, and he gets it to him. Porter against Zubac. And finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Leonard kicks to Ibaka. Passes it to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. And it's sent back by Jokic. Millsap left side. Leonard with the steal. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
And it's Murray penetrating. And it's Murray with the jam.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
And it's George finishing it off.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
The Nuggets leading by 5. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Murray dishes to Millsap. Leonard against Gordon. Back to Millsap. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
Well, the athleticism and mobility of Aaron Gordon is a problem, which is why passing lanes will open up for him.
The 3 from George. Jackson passes to George. Here's the 3. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. That's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. Gordon kicks to McGee. Right side, Porter. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Leonard, the pass to George. There's the triple. And here's Leonard from 3. Jokic grabs the miss. Pass to Murray. Gordon kicks to Murray. Puts up a 3. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the... Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Covington in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Murray out there with Porter. And it's Gordon in at the small forward position. Murray, the pass to Jokic. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Here's Powell. Kicks it out to Collins. Portland moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. The 19-foot shot, and the jumper is on the mark.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Lillard against Murray. Outside for Millsap. Here's Jokic. That's good on the jump shot.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Lillard looking around.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind. Surprising quickness. Murray burying his head down and just sprinting to the rack.
Lillard the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard from outside the arc. Jokic grabs the miss.
Oh, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Gordon the pass to Murray. Again, the Nuggets score.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint.
The pass to Powell. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Down low, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Hurting the defense right now is Zach Collins in these pick and roll sets.
Murray dishes to Millsap. On the wing, Porter. Gordon finds Murray. Jokic with it. He's guarded by Nurkic. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Lillard misses. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Murray surveying the D. passes to Jokic. On deep. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Jokic has got 5.
You can get that from Jokic, a well-balanced game. We know about playmaking, but the 3-ball, part of his arsenal.
Lillard against Murray. 3-pointer. It's held in by Jokic.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Millsap kicks to Porter. Pass to Murray. Back to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Gordon. Fires the 3. And again, Denver with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to Lillard for 3. Lillard again missing.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two. And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Morris passes to Jokic. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the first. Barton finds Jokic. Makes it off the glass. Jokic has got 9 points.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Count that one.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Nuggets ahead, up by 6. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Greg, we know many guys and
when I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would...
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Barton against McCollum.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Barton kicks to McGee. The kick out to Barton. Got a piece of it. Taken away by Anthony. McCollum with the ball. Now guarded by Barton. McCollum no good. The Nuggets leading by 5. Now McGee. Morris dishes to Green. And Jones pulls it down. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. McCollum no good. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Morris passes to Dozier. trying to find Green. He's got it now. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Lobs it up for Anthony. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Clock at 6. Here's Simons, covered by Morris. Denver leading by 5.
And after some time over in France and the G League, Jermichael Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
McCollum against McGee. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
That's a jump ball.
Denver with the ball. Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Morris against McCollum. Morris dishes to Green. Over Anthony. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Trailblazers trail by 7. Simons, the pass to Cannon. Here's Simons, guarded by McGee. McCollum against Barton. To the paint. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
Morris passes to Barton. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Back to Green. Pass to McGee. Portland grabs the miss. Jones finds Anthony.
How many thousands of times have we seen Melo in that position to pick up a shooting foul and to force the defense to foul him?
For Portland, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Well, the confidence just keeps growing with Jokic and his shot. Pretty much ready to shoot as soon as it touched his hands.
Powell with it. Back to Lillard. Got it up. Oh, to beat the clock. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 11 points and 4 rebounds. And
Pull it back, Kobe. Rest in peace to the lineman, baby
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Millsap and Jokic, the big man. Michael Porter's out there with Jamal Murray. And it's Gordon in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Lillard against Murray. Jokic. That shot off the mark. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Nurkic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
And here is Murray. And the pass to Jokic. Outside for Murray. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Murray's got 6.
Yeah, you can't leave people open around Jokic, and the offense is set up to have cutters and movement. They'll take advantage of the defense if they sleep.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
Murray outside. Passes it to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain, close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Lillard against Murray. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Powell against Porter. And stolen by Murray. Now here's Millsap. No points in the game yet for him. Murray outside. Porter finds Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sinks the three-pointer. And now a 6-point Nugget lead.
And some deep range shown there by Murray. When the D leaves him alone from there, it's pretty much going in.
Here's Lillard. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Lillard's got 10. Denver's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Murray dishes to Millsap. Outside Gordon. Here's Jokic. Millsap trying to get open, and that one's good. Jokic, 15 points in the game.
Well, Jokic is big, Jokic is long, and he does a great job there of corralling that ball and taking advantage of his length.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Porter in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Porter's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nuggets.
Porter in a comfortable place there. He likes the passes being on target, and he stays perfect in rhythm with that, Jay.
Now a timeout called by Portland. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. McCollum passes to Simons. Now here's Cantor. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. McCollum no good. The Nuggets now on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Pass to Barton. Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Anthony. Another shot, and he lays it up and in. Anthony's got 8 points.
I see Melo slink himself into position there, and good timing on the offensive rebound putback.
The pass to Dozier. Now Green, covered by Anthony. Green kicks to Dozier. Morris right side. Barton finds Jokic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight, and a wide open look for McCollum. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 9 points in the game so far.
Now you give CJ that kind of shot, and he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long. I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nuggets lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland. Anthony out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing here by 8. The 15-footer, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Denver's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. He lobs it up.
Well, Barton had a good feel about what was happening defensively, and his teammate was wide open.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's McCollum. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. Rebounded by McGee. Denver's shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. A different look now for Portland. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack. If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
Jokic, no good.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Collins kicks to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
John Collins, pretty fundamental. Nice job of finding a teammate.
The Nuggets leading by 8. Now Murray. Pass to Jokic. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. To the inside, unloads from 13. And it's Portland with the rebound. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard against Millsap. Oh, the power on that. Prudent.
Unreal. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Murray, the pass to Millsap. Look at that.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
He's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Here's Lillard. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
Back to Murray. Now the dish to Millsap. Outside Gordon. 5 on the clock. And Murray. Here we go. Jokic, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Gordon kicks to Murray. Outside Porter. Powell with the steal. And a deep three from Lillard. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
Murray outside. Jokic with it. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Gordon. Well, Nuggets need to get a shot off here. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
Here's Lillard. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
But they'll get another chance. They get it again. Goes up again. It's another look. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Powell. Over Collins. Covington with the steal. Three-pointer, Lillard. He doesn't hit that one.
Collins affecting that shot right there with his size.
So we see Denver get the win here. And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to... Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for the Trailblazers, Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. And it's Covington in at the 3. Now, here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
In the corner, Powell with it. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here's Leonard, following the score by Damian Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Collins wide open, he fires. No good from outside. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooting.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Lillard from outside buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 5 now.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
To the middle. Morris passes to Leonard. And it's Portland with the rebound. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Powell for 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
George looking over the floor. Outside Jackson. Powell against George. Will it go? And it's Zubac laying it in.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
In the corner, Powell with it. And the Trailblazers another 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
George against Powell. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
Back to Lillard. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. From deep three-point range, but they recover it. Covington kicks to Powell. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Powell. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Pass to Nurkic. George against Powell. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Jumps up, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Lillard against Leonard. Lillard left side. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor. Jackson finds Leonard.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Good on the bucket.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
George from deep three-point land. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Leonard. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And that one is good from Zubac.
You can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Lillard looking around. Up in time. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Trailblazers lead by 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Or just wearing them out. I mean, when you space the floor like this, the defense has to run and expend energy.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Ibaka, and it's man in at the small forward. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Cousins, no good.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
A nice shot by Simons.
I mean, I don't always like the 3 in the fast break, but the D was set up well inside.
McCollum against Kennard. Out left to the wing. Man passes to Ibaka. Shot clock at 5. Doesn't go for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum outside.
That's the art of rebounding in a nutshell. Box out, hold your ground, and haul in the miss.
Lobs it up for Anthony.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Kennard on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. That 3 off the mark. Portland leading by 7. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Ibaka goes in. And Ibaka slams it in.
And for a guy who rarely dribbled when he first entered the league, Ibaka now comfortable enough to score off the drive.
McCollum passes to Simons. Back to McCollum from past the arc. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Kennard kicks to Beverly. Back to Kennard. Trying to get open is Ibaka. Kennard's shot is off.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Cantor dishes to Anthony. Outside, Jones. And there's the pass to Cantor. Back to Jones. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Cantor, the pass to Simons. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. But we've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. John Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Cranes the three-pointer. Powell's got 12.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Kennard against Powell to the left side wing. Covington with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball, and another three for Portland.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Powell against Kennard. He feeds it to Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
But the play disrupts the defense, and Kennard smartly capitalizes. He gets the ball to a ready shooter.
Outside Collins. It's Covington on the wing. It's good from long range. Covington's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Here's Kennard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Nurkic the pass to Powell. Lillard against Beverly. Outside Collins. 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off target from outside. Beverly against Lillard. Stolen by Collins. That's a 2 from Powell. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so we wrap up the first half. Trailblazer. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of that.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. The second quarter was... And...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Trailblazers leading by 13. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Damian Lillard out there with Powell, and it's Covington in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Collins in the post. Morris is there. 6 to shoot, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Covington wide open. He fires, and it's Lillard on the foul. Lillard's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Trailblazers.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those typically.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Clippers trail by 15. Leonard inside, covered by Lillard.
An established defender at a young age. Collins has the timing and the reach to block shots.
Pass to Lillard. From deep. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Stolen by Collins. He's got a clear path. That's a 2 from Powell. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Wow,
the speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in the fast break situations.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Oh, he's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself.
Passes it to Powell. Now here's Collins, covered by Morris. Lillard fires away from way outside, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He logs his first 3 of the second half after nearly 2 in the first. They don't want to let this fella get going.
Morris lays it up off the glass.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Lillard against Leonard. Pass to Powell. Left side, Collins. Lillard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Keeps it alive. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his first 2 points.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive board.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
The pass to Nurkic. Now Powell. 12 points for him. Nobody near Lillard. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 20 points.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And here's George for 3. That doesn't go either for George.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Bangs home the trifecta.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Count it. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Lillard against Leonard. Pass to Powell. Now here's Nurkic. There's the lob to Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
All night long, Lillard has been taking over on the offensive end and adjusting to every defense they've thrown at him.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. From deep three-point range. Trailblazers keep it alive. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. And Anthony gets it to go.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Wide open look here for Zubac. Stolen by McCollum. Here's Cantor. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. Clippers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Jackson finds Leonard. Outside for Jackson. They get it back. Lets it go from deep. Second chance shot. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
McCollum fires from way outside. Off target. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Ibaka, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the 3, the small forward. Kennard against McCollum. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Beverly, the pass to Mann. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Pocket 6. Over McCollum. Offensive rebound.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Simons. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Cantor dishes to McCollum. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. Over Kennard. McCollum, no good.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Kennard, the bounce pass. Cousins inside. He's against Cantor. Everly with the ball. The shot from the low post is good.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Now here's McCollum. Jones, the pass to Simons. Here's McCollum. Portland, no good that time either. Clippers trail by 16. Back to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
McCollum fires from way outside. Again, McCollum missing.
Oh, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Lobs it up for Ibaka. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. Doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. And he banks in the layup.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Los Angeles.
Clippers trail by 14. Beverly, the pass to Mann. And Jones over to help. Beverly for 3. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple. Portland's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Jones. And the Trailblazers lead by 16. Kennard for 3. Here's Ibaka, and Anthony sends it back. They recover it. Here's Cousins, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Portland.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances he did tonight.
McCollum, no good. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
McCollum against Beverly. At the elbow, it's Cousins. Launches it. The rebound by Simons. And here's McCollum for 3. Offensive rebound.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching. The bright lights and tall building. And with
good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Murray out there with Porter. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Baca is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Jackson. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Now here's Murray. And a wide open look for Porter. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it. But they don't want to chance that again.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard with the ball. Passes to Ibaka. Shot clock at 6. George passes to Leonard. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. Loads it up for Millsap. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Murray kicks to Porter. First quarter, just over a minute played. And finished off by Porter.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Jackson after the Nuggets pick up 2. Pass to George. Fires the 3. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Porter with it. George picks him up. Murray outside. His 3-pointers off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
Here's Murray. Paul George making his last shot. Jokic finds Murray. Floats it up for Jokic, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations, logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
Now, here's George. Here's Ibaka. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Tips it. And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
And, you know, even though he's undersized, Millsap doesn't back down. He's good at outworking everybody on the glass.
George looking around. To the paint. Cousins, the pass to Jackson. Floats it up for Cousins. Ibaka, no luck.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now, here's Jokic. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, the mobility of Jokic, very impressive. This guy gets to the basket well for a big man.
Outside, George. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Dozier, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Knocked away. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Here's Kennard. 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. Over in the corner, Batum. 6 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Green. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's Dozier. Green dishes to McGee. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, in close shots that he takes.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Denver on top, leading by 4. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Patterson in at the 4. First free throw is good. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Here's Beverly after the basket by Will Barton. Kennard's shot is off. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Barton passes to Morris. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Morris has got the lead up to 7 now for Denver.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now, here's Zubac. Back to Beverly. Clock at 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on JaVale McGee.
Oh, I love the aggressive mindset Beverly has. I mean, that's really what makes him special. He's not afraid of getting bumped, especially when he's going to the bucket.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Baca comes in for Patrick Patterson. Leonard, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Luke Kennard. Now, here is Morris. McGee, the pass to Morris. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. And the layup falls.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Beverly against Morris. Pass to Dozier. He feeds it to McGee. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Now, here is George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 7.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence.
Stolen by Beverly, and foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws, and they'll retain possession. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Denver.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Well, the job of penetrating that they've done so far has really been excellent. I mean, they've done a nice job driving to the hoop effectively.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Unloads from 13. George, no good. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Jokic with it, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Wide open look here for Murray. Hands it from downtown. Murray's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Here's Murray. Paul George making his last shot. And it's Murray penetrating. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Patterson comes in for Serge Ibaka. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Kennard in for George. Porter against Kennard.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
Clippers trail by 4. 41 seconds left to play here in the half. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Had the space there, but it's offline. Nuggets have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Gordon kicks to Jokic. Back to Gordon. There's the pass to Jokic. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. Nobody does it better than Gordon on the alley-oop. Boom!
And so it's the Denver Nuggets. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... And that should...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
So on the floor for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Will Barton is out there with Murray, and it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. Now Barton. And Barton throws it down.
Running with purpose. Whenever Barton gets a lane right to the rim, he's going to rise up with power and throw it down.
Here's Kennard. And Batum kicks to Beverly. Patterson dishes to Batum. Clock is at 3. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Need more of this from Jokic. When he's active on defense, he's a capable shot blocker.
Denver leading by 6. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Outside for Millsap. Passes it to Jokic. Back to Millsap. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Gordon, the pass to Jokic. Misses the 3. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Patterson finds Kennard. And it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfectly.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Denver. Millsap, and he makes that 1. Millsap's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nuggets.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Now, here is George. He's got 9.
And this is one of George's main strengths, a phenomenal mid-range scorer.
Murray against Jackson. Pass to Jokic. And the rejection by Cousins. Murray kicks to Jokic. Back to Murray. Down low. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. Jokic has got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Jokic with the steal. Loads it up for Millsap. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
So good to see Murray, not just as a scorer, but thriving as a passer, too.
The three from George. Leonard fires away from outside. Nice open look, but it's no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 10. And George kicks to Cousins. That ball's nice speed that time from George.
Tell you what, Cousins knows he's got the green light to take these quick catch-and-shoot shots, and he's confident in doing so.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Morris dishes to McGee. He gets it in there. 6 points for JaVale McGee.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist total, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hand.
Kept alive. A second chance effort, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Outside Leonard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Morris passes to Barton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, I've got mad respect for the way Barton carries himself. I mean, he's a terrific teammate. He does everything he can to impact winning.
Both free throws good from Barton. Clippers trail by 11. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Barton against George. From deep, the long-distance three is buried. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
And, you know, the long-range shooting of PG is admirable. I mean, he's a dead-eye launcher from deep, and he's developed that part of his game over the years.
And so it's Denver.
That's just how it is.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Here's Morris. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Cousins in at the center, filling out the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. George finds Leonard. Green with the ball. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. It's deflected. McGee, the pass to Rivers. Back to McGee. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Nuggets lead by 10. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Denver?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
George with the bucket.
No success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding.
Morris against Jackson. Morris passes to McGee. Out to Morris. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Leonard.
You know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
George with no one around. And And a miss there on the triple.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Clippers trail by 8. Outside Leonard. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Cousins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really hard to deal with the size Cousins has when he's down there. The defense sometimes has no choice but to commit the foul.
And he makes both free throws. The Nuggets leading by 6. Here's Jokic. Outside for Murray. The dish now to Millsap. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lane.
George, no good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Deep 2 from Murray. And another miss by Denver. But they get it back. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Murray surveying the D. No good with the triple. Clippers trail by 4. Leonard attacking. Gordon with the defensive effort. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Outside Millsap. Pass to Jokic. And the rejection by Cousins.
Well, I love when Cousins uses his reach and strength to stymie shooters. Nice positioning on defense there.
Outside Jackson. It's George on the wing. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Cousins showing you he's not afraid to step up in the big moment.
Here's Murray up on top. Kicks it to Millsap. Feeds it to Gordon. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
Here's Cousins. Makes it off the glass. Cousins has got 10 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 10-2 run here, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Now here's Murray. From past the arc. And no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Batum against Gordon. Right side, Batum. Beverly against Murray. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Jokic passes to Porter. Back to Jokic. It falls!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you...
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.